The last 2 years have seen dramatic developments in the energy, oil and gas sector. Uganda continued to discover more reserves, with the current total standing at approximately 3.5 billion barrels of recoverable oil. 2 companies set foot in Uganda. These were the China National Offshore Oil Company, CNOOC, and Total. These took over part of the assets of Taro Oil, which had also acquired Heritage Oil's stake in Uganda's oil and gas sector. Of more significance during the 2 years was the oil bribe saga that threatened the political careers of Internal Affairs Minister Hilary Onek, Foreign Affairs Minister Sam Kutesa, and the Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi. The allegations made in Parliament by Western Youth legislator Gerard Karuhanga led to an early split of the 9th Parliament and the executive.
In the Bank of Valletta in Malta, routed through the Bank of Melons in New York, the recipient bank in United Arab Emirates, Dubai.
Is it in order, I was asking you, for the Honorable Karuhanga, as I said, to use the privileges of this House to utter defamatory statements?
Parliament passed resolutions requiring, among others, the affected ministers to step down from their offices. They rebelled against these resolutions. However, later on, a probe into the allegations was instituted by President Yoweri Museveni, although its findings were never made public.
But you find people are going to visit oil, even the ones who are not concerned, they are going to visit oil. So I say there's some problem here.
Another key incident was the Heritage Uganda Oil case in London. Heritage Oil contested the Uganda Revenue Authority's decision to tax its revenue emanating from the sale of its stake in Uganda's oil sector to its rival Britain's Taro Oil. Heritage argued that it was exempt from any tax obligations. Heritage Oil lost the case in the Ugandan courts, prompting the company to run to London for arbitration. Uganda hired specialist oil sector lawyers from the United States alongside a few local lawyers. After a prolonged arbitration process, Heritage Oil lost the case once again. The group of lawyers was paid over 11 billion shillings in costs. Oil is famed for bringing the dreaded oil curse and the Dutch disease. To safeguard against the two, the Ugandan government passed the Petroleum Exploration, Development and Production Act of 2012. The debate of the bill, however, further undermined the fragile relationship between the August House and the executive, especially on Clause 9 regarding the granting of powers to the minister in charge of the sector.
We can't spend all the oil revenue now as if the world is ending today. We are saying we should have a heritage fund created specifically for the future generations.
Yes, and have already even secured money to buy the shares in this company. And we are saying no. We want this company to be owned by the people of Uganda generally.
Whatever we should be doing should be for the good of the people we represent, but not a section of the leaders of this country.
President Yoweri Museveni was forced to address a special session of Parliament on Uganda's oil matters.
Stand here in the front of Parliament, which has been created from you by the blood of the Iranian people, and you insult patriots. This kind of doing such a tremendous job is not acceptable.
According to observers, the Ugandan government has to improve its openness in oil matters if the country is to benefit from the resource.
Starting point would be for government to ensure that actually citizens have access to public information they need, especially with regard to oil. We already know that citizens have had to go to court to try and enforce their rights to access information relating to oil agreements.
The relationship between the two arms of government has never been reconciled. Events in the oil sector are expected to continue unraveling in the next 3 years. Tiawa Satumba Abubakar, NBS Television.